2 days ago, it was the most embarrassing day for one thing, whatever it is, for searching for some kind of anime as hell around here. And we're today, welcome back to Comic Studio as we scroll down into something pretty cringe around here. It's not gonna be going for around here to start off with this one, so I'm not gonna be guessing why as we scroll down into Danganronpa Stupidity Comic Studio. Instead of this, as we possibly that we think this is not going to be going for one thing around here as well. And before this, let's gonna be jumping in to something a little bit as well. So this should be another embarrassing day to show up some spoilers, as we're gonna be saying for around for its owned by Itsy Sweet, unlike this some kind of user, thanks to Spike Chunsoft, or thanks to Spike Chunsoft for the game, Danganronpa Wiki Fandom for the sprite, and everyone who uses the studio, that even though that's most likely is herself. I'm probably not sure that we're gonna be looking at, and the most recommendation is the dark mode, but it still cannot be able to be seen here yet. So you might gotta be checking it out for some studio crossovers and some submitted sprites. There are nothing over here, because the worst things about of those anime things for another absolutely horrifying day, it's not going to be for around here. So I cannot believe that I'm just starting to get a little bit mindless as well. So all of the characters were pretty dangerous, and especially you're gonna be at also age of 18 as well. And what about for some kinds of things? It's only just blood, like anything as well. And some backgrounds we have also checked as well. We got a pirate's island, and anything it goes for around the shop as well. So, what about other categories? And we found here, as we turn on the sprites or showing up spoilers, is here. So everything here was absolutely this, but the UGC and Monokuma thing wasn't going to be added for some kind of those things anymore. Unfortunately, everything is not anymore, and because of like all of them as well. So I do not care that we're gonna be added with those characters, but I'm in hell at this. Instead of this, I felt I absolutely added one of those OC characters from Cookie Run series, like the fan-made characters around itself, and which includes around for vehicles, and one that the Chef Hatchet from the Total Drama Island, and finally some Diary of a Wimpy Kid characters around itself between Greg Heffley, Manny Heffley, and Mr. Heffley around here. And probably that we just not gonna be very sure, but we're not gonna be doing for something that we guess. They were in the office, on for the some sort of shores like themselves in the library, that the maid just absolutely going to, she says, "What are you doing here?" as well. So what are you doing here? That she says. I'm probably sure that isn't going to be for such as one thing as well, and that we hopefully I might going to be giving a check it out for some sort of this as well. And let me take a look one of all of those characters first. So we're starting off with this one as well. And what are all names for around for some sort of illegal names like those things for some crazy cringe stuff? But the first thing is Celestia Londonberg. Oh my gosh. What is absolutely without legs for something I like, I guess? Okay, next one is Chiaki Nanami. Chiaki Nanami. Oh, what is absolutely for schoolmate for this one? I don't really care. That looks like cringe a little bit as well. But not that cringe for such as one for this thing as stupidly. Chichiro Fujisaki, or like this, absolutely to do so as well. And her name is Chichiro Fujisaki. Was that a female? But I think this is a yes. I was right about for this character, but it's not gonna be a little bit cringe as well. Next one is Himiko Yumino. Himiko Yumino. She's a witch. She's a witch a little bit for one thing as well. Eventually wears her broomstick a little bit for this time, but she didn't have like anything as well according to the sprites. There's nothing in the about for submitted sprites like anyways as well. And the next one is Ibuki Miyoda. Mibuki Iyoda. Yup, she's a maniac as well. Another maniac is Junko Enoshima. Oh my gosh, it does probably similar to Harley Quinn as well. Next character is Kaito Momota. And Kaito Momota. It was absolutely for some sort of character, and the gender was a man over here. The gender is some kind of male thing over here. And it got 2 pages for something like this one, as especially even for its one thing as well. Maybe I should be able to add one of those characters onto the bar. And would I never gonna be think like to do this as well? And the next character is Kokishi Oma. Kokishi Oma. What is this character? It is some sort of a double gender like this or something, or some kind of for the 2 genders like those things. It's absolutely a female or something as well, or just a male around here for some sort of this thing as well, and just like a boy or something as well. And next one is Kyoko Kirigiri. And Kirigiri, oh my gosh, it was Kyoko Kirigiri. Oh my gosh, Kyoko Kirigiri. I'm probably sure that was actually for some sort of the impossible names or something as well. And I wouldn't able to be stands for some kind of student. And the next character is Maki Hawakawa. Maki Hawakawa wasn't gonna be for the name of like this some kind of character. It's also a female, but it has one of those 3 pages. We hopefully this could be for taking for around for 10 minutes. For over 10 minutes time, I don't really think she was a first degree murder. She was a murderous incident around here, such as Maki Hawakawa as well. And last 3 of the characters is Nagito Komida. Nagito Komiada. And Rantaro Amami. And finally, Sumugi Shirogane. So let's start it with around Nagito Komiada. I'm sure that is absolutely Nagito Komiada. I don't really think it was some kind of a little bit for non-murder for one thing as well. I don't really think she's not a murderer or something as well. But we did not care that we think around here self. It wasn't gonna be for a first incident murder or something as well, but I don't know what it is. And next one is Rantara Amami. It has 2 for some kind of pages around here that we just absolutely taking a look for some of those males or something as well. And finally, Tsugumi Shirogane. And it's also 2 pages or a little bit longer as well. She looks like evil or something as well, but I'm afraid that I might gonna be something as well. I wasn't gonna be interested about for some sort of anime as well. Anime sounds a little bit cringe, but this is absolutely for some sort of a real life offensive, or the realism something as some kind of disturbance as well for not pretty realism as well. So that is all for the Danganronpa Stupidity Comic Studio as well, and it's absolutely pretty far too weird as hell, as I'm not possibly not very sure that you're gonna be at the age of 18, that you're gonna be viewing of this comic studio, and the link is gonna be in description that you might gotta be check it out. And also the most recommendation is going to be for the main website in Comic Studio, just gonna be clicking around here when you're absolutely in the studio as well for something like it else. And I hopefully that could be the end of this video, as I'm really possibly that I wouldn't be able to be sharing this out, but I cannot able to save some image or file like anything as well for something like it else. Thanks for watching and for all your support, and I'm gonna be see you in another video, as I'm gonna be signing off.